Good afternoon, folks. My name is Rick Snyder. I am starting this GoFundMe page in order to obtain a handicap accessible van that I would be able to both ride in and drive. Um, I am 45 years of age. My car accident happened at the age of 26. I have spent the last 20 years trying to obtain such a vehicle, and it's not very easy. Um, just to give you a little bit of insight on my background, at the time that I had my accident, I had a good job. I was working in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. For those of you who don't know what HVAC means, I was making 25 bucks an hour. I had three promotions in less than a 3 month time. Um, Unfortunately, I had been at the job site for 3 days straight. I went home and to celebrate the holidays with my family, um, and took a trip to Lubbock. Well, on my way to Lubbock, I had my car accident. Um, I pushed myself a little too hard, I guess. Anyway, the accident almost took my life, and by the grace of God, I'm here. For whatever reason, He's got me down here, and that's pretty much the extent of my accident. There was no lawsuits involved. I mean, I have paid a very serious price for what happened, and it is what it is. Anyhow, I am looking for a handicap van, either by the funds that will be donated in through this GoFundMe site, or by luck of the draw that somebody has one that they're willing to donate that has a handicap van with a ramp, um, and a swivel captain seat, so that I can transfer into it, and a tripod attachment on the steering wheel, with hand controls for the brake and gas. Um, I did put that in my dictation, below some of the pictures. Um, I was very clear about what each item is and how it proceeds to help a person of my nature. I am a C6, C7 quadriplegic with autonomic dysreflexia. I am considered a quad because of my hands. I do have full use of my arms. Um, I do have nerve damage in both of them. However, I have taken the driving test twice with the state of Texas and DARS, with the use of their vehicle that they provided, in order to see what items were necessary for me to be able to get back on the road and drive again. I did ace both tests. Hallelujah for that, right? um, it does have a side ramp. That most of these vans come equipped with a drop floor because of the ramp situation and head clearance for us when we roll up in there. Um, I would be able to roll up the ramp into the middle of the van, position myself behind the captain's chair, which is usually a swivel chair, that swivels all the way around to where I can transfer over into the driver's seat. It has a tripod attachment on the steering wheel in which I insert my hand and use my arm to steer, um, quite efficiently. And also, there is a lever handle, usually on the left side, for the brake and gas. The one that I used, you push for the brake and you pulled it back for the gas. Kind of interesting. You would think it'd be the other way around, but whatever works, right? Um, they also provided me with a strap that I would have, in addition to the seatbelt, that comes around and more or less just kind of make sure that my body's held upright. There's no, spasm going either way or anything like that. So, um, I did like driving it, and it was a very rigorous test, I must add. It's 3 days of driving at 6 hours each time. They take you on the highways, they take you through the residential streets, school zones, all that. I mean, it was much more extensive than the regular driving test that you go down to the DMV and take. Um, but I aced it. I'm proud of myself on that. I do want to get back in the driver's seat so and have that freedom again, but I also want to protect the shoulders of my loved ones as well as myself. Um, as you can imagine, I wheel every day. I've had plenty of experience of rolling in my wheelchair everywhere I go, many miles. My family will tell you that I put some serious miles on this chair. Going to the grocery store, going to Walmart, going to the post office. I mean, I'm always on the go. I'm not one to sit around. So just imagine if you had to stay cooped up. It's not fun. So uh, I like being able to get out and do things, you know, and I have found ways to accommodate some of the things, but we do need transportation and it's reliable. I'm shooting for a Toyota van only because they require the least amount of maintenance in what I have checked up on and done my research up on. However, whatever van that God blesses me with will be very much appreciated and well taken care of. Um, as you can see, my queen in the background, we go, we, it's very hard on her when, especially during bad weather times or what have you, and we have to be somewhere um, to get me in and out of the car and take my chair apart, uh, put it in the car piece by piece, and you know chairs aren't very lightweight to begin with, and of course I weigh 185 pounds, so there you go. But we're not getting any younger, and unfortunately we all get older, and the bones get feeble, a little more difficult to do things. So this would be a huge blessing. So if there's anybody out there that has one they can donate or donate the funds um, to for us to be able to purchase one, man, we would be so much blessed and so much obliged. In the event that we do find somebody that is able to donate one that is reliable, um, the funds that would come from the donation, um, with the approval of the people who donated, would go towards either the maintenance or towards somebody else who needs one. Um, but my main goal right now is to get us transportation that is reliable and it does not require all the stuff that we're already having to do. It would be very nice. The van would be used in order for me to go to Walmart, grocery store, post office, um, church, especially. I have some pictures of my pastor and his wife and my queen. Um, you'll see pictures of my mom. You know, just some different things that we did because I want people to see a little bit about who I am. Um, so I really hope that somebody out there, you know, with all the good people that we do have out there, somebody will have the heart to help me out. Um, I have tried to do this through DARS. There, it's very hard to get any help with the modifications to a vehicle through them. They set standards and very unrealistic ideas, if you will. Uh, I tried to go through them a number of times. That's how I ended up taking the test twice. They want a brand new vehicle that is completely paid off, which the average Joe cannot afford to do that and not be handicapped. So, imagine what it's like for people that are on Social Security or disability or elderly or whatever. Um, it's very much hard. Anyway, they want a brand new van that's paid off completely, must not have any rust on the vehicle, and there's only certain makes and models that they will allow. So it really bites the dust. Does not make it feasible unless you're just a rich man or you won some huge lawsuit from your accident or whatever it was you were involved in. Um, anyhow, as you can see, I'm just the average American trying to make it. I did try working. It took me 15 years to try to be able to go back to work. Um, I fought with them. They sent me to a psychologist to make sure because I did have a head injury at the time of my car accident. Well, the psychologist all told them, you know, why don't y'all help the man? He's very smart, very intelligent. The only thing is his body's broke up. So, but they chose not to let me go back to school. I can't argue with the government. Who am I? Anyway, didn't get lucky in trying to get all that. I did go back to work. I worked for Studio Movie Grill and Sears before they closed. Only got to work for them for about a year and a half, and then of course, couldn't really save up too much because the jobs that are lined up for people such as myself, um, they don't pay very much, um, even with the extensive resume that I have. Because, like I said before, I was an HVAC technician prior, and it's real hard going from 25 bucks an hour to $502 a month. That doesn't apply too much. Anyhow, um, I don't know what questions you might have, but feel free to acknowledge any questions that you have. I do check the site periodically. I will do updates, um, and letting people know where we stand and how close we're getting or how far away we're getting, for that matter. And I just really hope that somebody out there will help. Um, I am. People probably want to know, well, how are you paying your rent if you only get 502 bucks a month? Well, I'm on a P811 program. It is not Section 8. It's still something a little different. They do pay a portion of my rent, but I still have to pay something. Uh, it's 30%, and unfortunately, that's the way it is. So I would appreciate it. Be sure to check out the pictures of the vans that I include on there for the simple fact that I want you to be able to see uh, what kind of things is necessary, and that way you have a better idea of that. I will tell you this: I have priced handicap vehicles, both used and new. They're very expensive, very expensive. And to buy a vehicle and have the modifications done to it after the fact, oh my goodness, you might as well buy a house. It's ridiculous because it's very costly when they do the drop floor, put the ramp. Uh, they have to take out the driver's seat and put a new swivel seat in, captain's chair. Um, and then the electronic controls, the lever handles for the gas and brake. Um, the tripod's not too expensive, but a lot of it is the electronics, and it's not cheap. I do commend you and hope that you will at least not only check out my GoFundMe page, but please look at some of the bands. Look at not necessarily just on my page, but what's out there on the internet, and you'll see why I started this GoFundMe page. It's ridiculous. So anyhow, please save these two shoulders for me, and help save the shoulders of my loved ones, just like the one that's behind me. Um, I love her to death. She does a lot for me, but she's don't say anything, but she's a little older than me, so we're not getting younger. So I love the woman to death. She takes care of me, my brother, and my mom, and my pastor and his wife. I mean, I give them kudos because they do a lot for me, and it's very appreciative. But we just don't have the funds to go buy a vehicle of this nature, and I see it on their faces when they help me. They love to help me, but it does take its toll. So, God bless to all of you. And if you have any questions, please feel free. Or if you have uh, any problems with being able to access the GoFundMe page or the site, um, I'll give you my email address on the video so that you can email me if there's any issues. It's JACK KALRS 7777. That's four sevens at gmail.com. Not hard to get a hold of me. I don't want to give my phone number out for obvious reasons. I will give my phone number out if it's a necessity, and I feel that it would be due process. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to this GoFundMe page being in progress. Uh, and if anybody has any ideas or suggestions, hey, feel free. I'm all open for that. In the meantime, y'all have a happy holiday and enjoy your coming up weekend. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Um, I have included the GoFundMe page links. So God bless y'all and thank you for your donation. Oh, one more thing. If you can't donate, I understand money's rough, money's tight. I do appreciate you taking the consideration to have read this and listened to the video, but please, if you can't donate, please at least share it. And those of you who can donate, share it anyway. You never know how many good people are out there that might be willing to help. All right? Again, God bless, love y'all, and signing off.